Yeah. You grow up and your mom's in church, seeing some wild stuff. I've definitely. Well, when I say God is real, and I believe in God, and I believe in that with all of my heart, but
Amen.
it's also through stuff I've seen. I've seen blessings. I've seen people not be able to walk, literally get prayed over by people at churches, and they were running down the aisles of the pews. So I've seen miracles. I've seen blessings. I've seen a lot. I've also seen a woman in a past church at one of my mom's meetings that literally was like bent upside down, and they like it was like an exorcism from other people from the church, speaking like a whole different language and stuff. You might think it's weird, but it's on a tape.
Hmm.
It's on my mom's tapes. So this is stuff that I've actually seen: witches, warlocks, stuff like that. That all I can tell you is dead real. It's real.
Yeah.
It's,
What's up, everybody? Back with another episode of Strangers Club TV, and today we got the defending champ Ben Meese, and we in New Philly, Ohio, right now. Now, I want to start from the beginning, Ben. First, I want to say thank you for taking the time to do this interview, man. I know you've been training hard for your upcoming fight on December 6th to defend your title. Um, and I'm really looking forward to your story, man. It's a lot of things that people don't know about you, but hopefully we can capture enough to give a background of who you are and what you represent, man. So thank you. And let's start from the beginning. Where are you from?
I'm from Yorksville, Ohio. Just a small little town, little village,
Okay.
about 15 minutes away from here.
Okay. Now, what was it like for you growing up, Ben? What was your home life like with your parents?
Uh, Real Christian, real into God, got a church. This is my mom's church. Finally made our way up to this, and just playing normal childhood, but a lot of fighting down here. So in Denison, always fought all the time.
Okay. What did your parents do for work?
My mom was a waitress growing up at Big Boys in Dutch Valley.
Hold on. You want to blow your nose?
No,
You sure?
yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
And my dad cleaned gutters and did siding, and that's about it.
Okay.
Waitress and a construction worker.
Okay. What kind of did you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a sister, Destiny.
Okay. Are you older or younger?
I'm older.
Okay. Okay. Now, what was it like being an older brother, having a younger sister?
We were good friends. She's my friend. We just, I don't know, we just got along. That's it. Played with each other, hung out all the time.
Yeah.
About it.
That's what's up. Um, Now, at what point did your mother become heavily involved in the church?
She's always been involved in church ever since I was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she eventually became a pastor?
Yeah, over time. She's an evangelist. Well, was an evangelist and then become a pastor. We went from side meetings. She would just do like these little table talks. We started out like the side of like riverbanks, literally riverbanks. So we're on the side of there just doing little messages. Then we would go with our friends in their churches and then have it in the basement meetings. Went from church to hotel, conference rooms, and then we ended up getting blessed with this church.
Yeah. Now, as a kid, we don't we don't really understand the whole concept and idea of God being young. Did you struggle with accepting that lifestyle growing up early on?
No, no, I didn't. God to me, and being Christian, Pentecostal, all of that. It's just doing the right thing. The God that I believe in, just Christianity is just it's just being a good person, walking a good life, and you're gonna follow the don't cross the the 10 sins, don't cross the 10 commandments, don't cross the 7 deadly sins. It's kind of just normal stuff that you would do in life.
Right.
Thou shalt not kill. You're not going to go through life not just killing people. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not steal. Obey your parents for in all things, for it is well pleasing to the Lord. Just simple stuff that you're going to follow along with in life. And at the end of the day, they say It's not pushed upon you. Nothing can be pushed upon you. Well, I mean, it can, but eventually over time, you're either going to grow away from it or you're just going to stay adapt to it. And why not believe in God? If say you die, wouldn't you rather die believing in God and Him be real, or even not be real? What if you don't? Well, you're not going to lose nothing.
Right.
You don't lose nothing. Now, what if you don't believe Him and go against Him, and then you die, and then He's like, oh my gosh, He is real.
Exactly.
What do you have to lose? You don't have nothing to lose, and
Right.
you walk a good life. If you follow all the just passages in the Bible and you abide that and you apply that to your life, life is a lot easier. It really is. It's not just saying it because my mom's a pastor and stuff. I mean, you just walk a good line and it seems blessings come to you. Have you ever been in a drive-thru, someone pay for your food? Right, there's a blessing. It's a blessing. Whether you're like, oh, that's just a coincidence. No, it's still a blessing. It's something you didn't have to pay for. Something in the universe took care of you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well said, man. Now, what was your adolescence like early on in school?
Adolescence. What do you mean?
Like elementary school, you're young, maybe just now getting into sports.
Well, I had like a little kidney problem growing up. Whenever I was born, like I had a little kidney function, something dysfunction whenever in my kidney. So I didn't wrestle. I wasn't allowed really to wrestle. I wasn't allowed to play football, but I ended up talking my mom and them into letting me wrestle. So I wrestled, but I couldn't play football. So I played baseball. I played baseball my whole life. Played baseball. I wrestled and skateboarded. Just did stuff like that. Just ran around like a kid. Back in the day, I mean, I'm 35.
Yeah.
So I don't look it, but I am 35 years old. So I was like a 90s baby. That whole entire 90s era in 2000 up to 2010. So it's like, you didn't have all the stress and stuff you do now.
Right.
You didn't have all that.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have a bunch of social media. We still have floppy disks. We had Oregon Trail on the computer. We had Windows 98 bubble screens. So you dial up.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't. You went outside, you played, and you had fun.
Exactly. Simple things.
Simple things. A simpler life.
Yeah. Now
And bills weren't even all like that. Not as stressful as they are now.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Completely different world.
Yeah.
Now your father was in construction. How were you influenced by your father early on?
When I say construction, like siding, doing siding and roofing, he would do roof jobs on the side, house jobs on the side. He'd always take me with him all growing up. So I was probably like 4 or 5 years old, up on like a 2-3 story plank and stuff. I'm not scared, so not really any fear of heights, nothing like that. I'd help him out, and my grandparents also owned a cabin out at Leesville, so every weekend in the summers I lived there. It's like you're doing country work. You're wheelbarrowing. You're doing something. You're picking weeds in the front. You're building flower beds. So it's like pretty much like a country boy with a little city home. So I don't know. I always was a worker, a very hard worker growing up. So I've always worked my whole life. So I don't know. It didn't really bestow to be like a construction worker or nothing like that in me, but it just built a work ethic in me, and I seen how hard my dad worked to maintain the family. So it just passed off to me.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess you'd say.
Okay. Now, I understand more and more how like much more spiritual that life is than it is physical. Growing up, did you ever experience anything that kind of made you like become more skeptical about the world around you, like as far as the things that you can't see? Like, have you ever encountered like a ghost or something like that that kind of made you think about, life on a deeper level?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You grow up and your mom's in church, seeing some wild stuff. I've definitely. Well, when I say God is real, and I believe in God, and I believe in that with all of my heart, but
Amen.
it's also through stuff I've seen. I've seen blessings. I've seen people not be able to walk, literally get prayed over by people at churches, and they were running down the aisles of the pews. So I've seen miracles. I've seen blessings. I've seen a lot. I've also seen a woman in a past church at one of my mom's meetings that literally was like bent upside down, and it was like an exorcism from other people from the church, speaking like a whole different language and stuff. You might think it's weird, but it's on a tape. Mm-hmm. It's on my mom's tapes. So this is stuff that I've actually seen. Witches, warlocks, stuff like that. That all I can tell you is dead real. It's real.
Yeah.
Whether you believe in it or not, there is witches and there's warlocks and there's spirits. There's actually entities. They can, by the stuff that you put in your eyes and in your vision. Movies, okay, movies are one thing, but whenever you get into like Ouija boards, you're opening a door and allowing the enemy to step in. Something can like attach to you. I mean, this is how I feel, and this is my belief with all of my belief. Whether people believe it or not, I mean, I've seen it. I know. It can be like a depression. It can be scared. It can be just making mishaps, misfortune. It can be a million different things that could attach to you. It's like a spirit of depression, a spirit of like discomfort, a spirit of fear. There's a million different spirits that can come upon you just by doorways that you open up that you don't even realize you opened up. And it's just no. If you're about to do something and the hair on the back of your neck stands up, I mean, common sense would say you probably shouldn't be doing something like that, but there are people that still do. Thus, they open their doorways, and they bring them spirits into your house. So it's like, but you would know the company. You would know, for the most part, people know bad company whenever they're around it.
Yep.
And just doing wrong stuff that they shouldn't be dabbling in, like darker stuff. So I've definitely seen stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, my faith is always too strong. I've never switched up. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, and God is His Father.
Praise Jesus.
That's God. So I'm gonna stick with that till the day I die. And He gets me through all my fights, and look what He's doing for me now. So I'm gonna keep on holding my faith strong.
Absolutely, man. Praise Lord Jesus.
That's right.
Now I want to kind of stay on that topic for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because with all the fictitious things that are so easy to get caught up in, especially in the world of technology like the AI and stuff like that, it's still the same world as it was before. Like it says in Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. But I want you to share, feel free to share whatever you want to. One of those situations that you talked about that helped you realize the type of things that the enemy will do to test your faith.
Oh, the enemy will definitely do a lot of things to test your faith. Just like my sister, for one. Alright, that's the name. I want to share this. He actually, well, it's not the enemy won't test your faith. It's just mishaps that also can test your faith into God. It doesn't necessarily always have to be the enemy. Sometimes things happen in life that they just happen in life. There's a thing called free will, and God can't mess with free will. So if something does happen, you can't necessarily blame God because some things just happen through free will.
Exactly.
And God doesn't mess with free will. That's your free will. Like determining whether you want to believe in God or not. He can't force you to believe in Him. That's your free will. And He wants you to choose to believe in Him. Well, my niece actually passed away.
Sorry to hear that, man. My condolences.
My niece passed away. She was only 2 years old. So that right there, testing that, I'm just watching that. We're still going through that right now as a family. My fight is always dedicated to Ellie. I always have a shirt. And it's weird because I swear I'll be running on the treadmill, and it's like I can hear her up there cheering me on, like, let's go, Uncle Ben, you got this. And that's what drives me for a lot of my fights. Now, my sister, yeah, God, like, she doesn't blame God. She doesn't blame all this and that. Now, it was more so, I feel like the hospital letting her sit too long. Then she got fluid on her brain. Thus, she went into a coma and went into seizures really bad and never come out of it and was brain dead.
Now, what was the situation that led your niece to be in the hospital?
Well, she just a bunch of just different things. She just was a little bit sick, so she went in and she had a shunt on her brain.
What is that for people who don't know?
A shunt is like a piece that goes on your brain that allows fluid to drain off of your brain. Too much fluid build up pretty much in your brain. So, and it goes on down and then it disperses throughout your body. And it just regulates the water on your brain. But so she would get sick here and there. But she went to the hospital and was just not feeling good. Well, her eyes started dilating, and Destiny was telling them, my sister was telling them, listen, her eyes are dilating because my sister's a nurse as well. Went to college and she's a full RN. So she was telling them her eyes are dilated. She has fluid on her brain. She needs seen now. Well, whenever they come in and seen it, then they took it more serious. Where we're from, the hospital, I mean, you can be a doctor out of a Cracker Jack box. Okay, they just get almost Nimrods, but it's still a hospital and it's somewhere that helps. So that was our only option. Well, by the time they got a life flight in, she was already brain dead, and she just even up at what was it, Cleveland Children's Hospital, they even said that 100% she's because she sat too long and waited before being seen. If she would have been seen, there would be a lot more. But this isn't to just point a finger when stuff happens. Life happens. These things happen. You could say, like my sister would go, well, if the life flight would have just been 15 minutes earlier, if it would have been this, like you can, I know that is a very hard subject, and I'll never know what she's going through. I hope and praise to God I don't, and I hope and plead to God that I don't, and it's just, her faith is still strong in God. She doesn't blame God. So, I mean, just something like that can test your faith. I don't think what else can test your faith other than losing your child. And not just losing your child at birth, but having them for 2 years and then it happening.
Yeah.
And her faith is what ultimately shows as a huge example for me. And she don't even know it. She don't even, well, now you will.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to your sister, man. And I'll be praying for you guys for sure. You know, for the strength of your family. Because to lose a loved one is tough, but to lose a loved one that's a baby, I couldn't imagine, man. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for sharing that as well.
Yeah, it's been very tough on our family. Oh, I got something for you.
Mm-hmm.
So this lady told my mom when I was still like 17, 18 whenever this happened. I was still at home. So about 16 or 17, and she said she was mad at my mom or something. I don't know. Whenever you're involved in the church, there's people just randomly mad at you. Mm-hmm. Of course, you're going against what their belief is, and the enemy is always trying to get people out. So this lady was a witch, and she told my mom she's a witch. She kept calling her and saying all this and that. Back then, I was like, I don't know about all that. You know, you're a witch. Ooh, everybody's seen Hocus Pocus. Cool deal. You own a broom. Cool, you're a witch. So she literally went to our house, and my dad caught her. She painted a smiley face. Just a smiley face. Just two, like a Walmart sticker. 2 dots and a mouth. And she painted that on the side of our garage.
What color?
Just like I don't even know. It was like a clear or a gray. It just showed up. Mm-hmm. So it's 2 eyes and just a smile. That's all it was. And my dad shooed her off, called the police, whatever. Well, we ended up having to, like, my dad painted over it. It would appear through the paint.
What?
It kept appearing through the paint for months. And my parents then started to fight, like really hard fights, like throwing stuff at each other, like hardcore fighting.
And this never happened like before.
No, not before that. And I noticed it. I mean, if I'm talking about it, I noticed it as a kid, and things were going wrong all the time. Mishaps all the time. Something wrong with my dad's vehicle. Something wrong with us. My sister and I would get hurt, or something odd. They'd get in a deck, and then they're fighting a lot. It almost seemed like spirit. Now that I'm older, a spirit of mishaps, misfortune, and just bad luck, pretty much. Just a not happy household, an unpleasant household. Mm-hmm. And my mom ended up getting about 10 pastors and a couple other people to come over and like pray over the house and plead the blood over the house, walk around the house, bless the house. And little by little, then the smiley face dissipated and just disappeared.
Wow.
And then it was like it's like what you see on the movies. You know, it's a dark cloud over, and then that sun starts shining through. Well, it's like you could feel that then. Parents got along. It's like they broke whatever that lady had put. That's whenever I believed. That is whenever I believed that that and a couple other incidences in witches, and how if somebody believes something with all of their heart, and it's into like witchcraft or something bad towards you, all best believe it can come against you, and you will feel it. You will feel it in your life, and it's kind of odd. You might think, oh, it's just a bunch of mishaps, but a bunch of mishaps after you come across this person and they supposedly do a seance or a spell over you, cast spells over you. Oh, that's very real. It can very, very disrupt a household, and that's when I was like, okay, yeah, this is real. They're real. They're for real.
Yeah.
And I've been in churches before where witches come running in, girls that say they're witches, and then they just like start speaking their gibberish or putting their spell on somebody, and then little by little, this lady kept coming into church, and her hair's like little by little falling out more and more and more. Like, is it coincidence, or is it that this lady, I witnessed it, this lady come in, putting a spell on you, and then little by little, every time I see you Sundays after that, chunks of your hair are falling out until you're eventually bald.
And this is the person that the witch put the spell on, or
No, it could just be a different one. It's a couple different ones. So I've seen different ones. This one that was at my mom and all of our house growing up. Now she was like a renowned known witch, and like praised herself off of it and whatnot. But I didn't believe it. Now I do. So she obviously did something to make me believe. But it's fully right there scared me into believing it. It's not scared me, but better forewarned me.
Yeah, it made you aware.
Yes, made me very aware. But I have enough tools from God
Amen.
in my belt that I don't fear none.
Amen.
I don't fear nothing but God. That's it.
Amen. Better know it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, there's a dynamic in that a lot of people, like, they really don't understand, you know, how hard it is to be, I won't necessarily say hard, but there's just a different kind of battle when you have parents that, you know, are heavily involved in the church. Did you have a struggle when it came to friendships early on because of you, you know, coming from such a devout Christian home?
No. If you don't like me or my belief, well then you're not in my circle. You're not in my clique, my people.
Yeah.
And most of all my friends, they all went to church with me. We all went to church. Back then, junior church was sweet. Junior church was awesome. You got a snack, you got to play, you got to be around your friends. You learned about God, and you went about your way. It was awesome. Regardless, you're going to church on Sunday, so might as well make friends while you're there, while you're doing it. That's what I did.
That's what's up, man. Now, what was high school like for you? Where did you go?
I went to Claymont High School. High school, I started skateboarding about 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade. Hardcore. Then about 9th, going into 10th grade as a sophomore, that's whenever I got involved in boxing. I went to a boxing gym, first time ever, with my buddy Frank Portillo and Cody Garbrandt.
Okay.
Cody Garbrandt was the UFC World Champion by beating Dominic Cruz.
Wow.
Yeah. So like him and Frank are the ones that got me there, and his brother Zach, and a whole bunch of people at Roy Caldwell's. And it was just a nice little boxing gym down there. We had people like Randy Campbell, so tough, literally really tough guys, and his son Ryan Caldwell, and we would all just go down there, and I don't know, I started enjoying it, I started liking it, and at first I just wanted to get all ripped up, get some abs in there, and then I started to like it, and then I competed, and I really liked how that felt, so I kept on doing it and liked it. So pretty much sophomore all the way on up through high school, I just boxed.
Now, what made you start boxing? Like, were you like a kid that was always getting into fights and you just wanted to, you know, kind of be more professional and be right about it? Or what made you start boxing?
No, I actually didn't. I never really fought growing up. I mean, I loved, whenever UFC first come out, I loved it.
Who was your favorite fighter?
Back then, I really liked Rich Franklin. Obviously, Anderson Silva and Chuck Liddell were the two.
Yeah.
Them were the goats, and just everybody that was sweet back then. GSP, Matt,
BJ Penn.
yeah, BJ Penn,
Yeah.
all of them. Jens Pulver. So I mean, you had all the monsters. Rampage, you had them all.
Man.
You had them all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really, really liked it, and I always watched it. And my dad was in karate.
Okay.
My dad was in karate. My dad was about a brown belt level. Well, brown. He ended up being a brown belt, but he was black belt level. Trained with the black belts. Trained black belts.
Mhm.
Even ran the class.
Wow.
So he was always working with me and showing me kicks and showing me stuff, and then showing me how to punch a little bit. Well, I never really fought. I never fought. I never church kid. I was always chubby. And the fat kid in sweatpants. Thought, okay, well, we'll egg it on and then we'll run. Well, I ended up getting in like a fight or two. And I don't know, it's the first time I really fought. And watching people's reaction, like, oh my gosh, I realized, like, oh wow, when I street fight, I get like crazy. And I like, wow, I'm quick and I must be able to hit hard and I'm doing something sweet. Well, I started fighting a lot in school, about freshman to sophomore year. I started fighting a lot. Started sticking up for myself.
So you were getting bullied?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. It'd be like, for me, it was like, if you're getting picked on by some big dudes, but if you buy them candy or be friends with them or be nice to them, well, then they won't mess with you and they'll be your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, eventually that gets old. That gets old. So then anybody and everybody that mess with me, well, you know what? You get in a fight, you only go as long as the teacher will stop it. So I just would be fighting, and I'd be meeting people after school. Okay, well then let's do this. And I got known as, well, you're not going to punk him out. I'm not going to get punked out. And then my buddy Frankie was like, well, we'll get you and Cody, because Cody was fighting a lot too. We'll get you two sparring down there. Well then, Cody was one of my good friends, so then we would spar down at Roy's and I'd spar Frankie. Now, mind you, we would just be down there beating each other in the face, bleeding and everything. But it was, I don't know, it was you got tougher. I was fighting all the time, so I got tougher on the street. A little bit of all of us wanted to learn to box so we could go to school and mock people at school and be popular.
Yeah.
And we did. Well, we did. But then it's like, you see, like, Frankie was like one of the first pros out of there, like making big money at it, and was a beast. And I don't know, I fell in love with the competing is cool, but your heart starts fluttering. I'm not a big fan of all that anxiety leading up. Dear God, I'd puke. I would puke almost before every fight.
What was making you go through these emotions?
Nervous, scared. You're about to fight somebody. You're not just about to fight somebody like on the street. Whenever it says it happens, you just ding, 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 and you just start swinging. No, he's standing across from you. You're standing across from him. Guy gets the middle. Ready? Yep. Box. To go forward. And there's a ring. You can't run. You can't run. You're cornered. You're not going back. Are you going back up? Okay. Yeah. There's ropes. You will find them, and he's still in front of you. Mm-hmm. So it's more the grind. I fell in love with the grind. Just like going there, seeing my friends, becoming popular, people losing weight, getting tougher, getting bulkier. Just, it builds discipline. Mm-hmm. It really shaped me into the man that I am today. It made me fearless. It made me. Then I went for like a 3 years. I went to where I didn't box. I was just working. Well, then something in me like was wanting it. Like, I want that again. I want to go back to that. Well, then I did go back to that. It seems like the time off, it all clicked. I went back and I was one of those Codys and Frankies in the gym, mm-hmm. hitting on people. Yeah. Hitting on people, doing good. Being one of those ones that people look at as like an elite. From our area, that's cool because we come from a Hard Knocks area. Right. I mean, we got a UFC champion out of our area. We have Dre Donovan that's a professional boxing champion up in the Pittsburgh region. So it's like, we have title holders, world title holders from our area. So, Hard Knocks area. And to be like someone that's known as the OG and the go down there, it's cool. Yeah. It's cool. You don't get messed with. But not only messed with, now I put image out across to later on to my kids. Yeah. Just an image where you're not going to get messed with. I can go anywhere I want in any part of town and not get messed with. No one's going to mess with me. Yeah. That to me is a win. Definitely. But then I enjoyed it. Then I started competing. Then I started like stopping people, knocking people out. Yeah. And I'm like, now after so long, you got 20 some people you're knocking out with the headgear on and gloves. So I was like, dude, this is getting fun. But now I'm fighting people that are like 70, 80 fights.
Are you still in high school during this time?
Yeah. Well, senior. About senior year, I was competing in like state fair and Golden Gloves.
Let's talk about your first fight.
Oh, my first fight.
Yeah.
My first fight was pretty sweet. My first fight, I fought this dude that had about 8 or 9 fights. It's my first fight, but my buddy already beat him up before, and we're pretty confident you'll be able to beat him up. We seen him smoking a cigarette. Okay. Well, I'm southpaw, so my left hand's out, and I'm like, I wonder, this is weird. I wonder what hitting somebody with the left hand is going to be like. Is it going to feel like righting wrong? But it didn't. Here I'm ambidextrous. I can both hands equal power. And I don't know, first time I hit dude in the face, it looked like he ran into a steel beam. I was like, ooh, I like this. And I kept on doing it and just kept going and going, wearing him down and just kept fighting. And I'm seeing stars and I'm like, no, he's got to be tired. And I'm wearing him down. And then I got my hand raised and won this sweet philo school shootout, this big block trophy with a boxer on the front. I was like, yeah, look what I did.
How old were you at this time?
I was probably 17.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of training did you do to get prepared for your very first fight?
For my very first fight, it was like you had to do like 6-7 months hardcore training. Like you had to show up at the gym. You couldn't be late. If you're late, you're doing push-ups. Like the thing about Roy Caldwell was he taught you heart. He's the one that like raised all of us up. I mean, whether you got bad habits or anything, built them up. I mean, that's down the road, but you can't. It's so hard to teach heart. He just had us in there. No, you keep going. You keep going. Like you didn't stop. You didn't stop. You kept on going. So he had us down there. You do punch out rounds on the bag. You would do your speed bag. You would box. And when you sparred, if someone bleeds, they bleed. Don't bleed. Don't bleed. Move. You got to move. And if you get dropped, well, you got dropped. Move. Get out. Let a nice guy in. So it was like a hard little introduction, but I liked it. And you also had to do a mile around 7 minutes. You had to get at least a 7-minute mile or be close to 7.5-minute mile. That means you were in fight shape. You would be able to fight the rounds. Now you would go through novice, and novice boxing is 3 1-minute rounds. You do 3 1-minute rounds. I never got any of that. My novice rounds were 3 2-minute rounds, and I got about 5 of those, and then I went straight to 3 3-minute rounds. It's called open division. You fight anybody with like 1,000 fights.
Wow.
So you just fought whoever, whenever, wherever.
Now, you're still in school, so you have your first fight, you win, and you go back to school. I'm assuming you struggled a little bit with having a lot of pride going back to school. What was it like?
No, really, I didn't. There wasn't no pride. I'd already been fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I'd been fighting. There wasn't no pride behind it. There wasn't no pride. It's just, hey, cool. This time I got a trophy for it instead of just running away from the cops so I don't get in trouble for an assault charge. I beat the crap out of some dude down the road.
Yeah.
So to me, I got to fight and I loved it. I didn't need any recognition for it. I still don't. I did it. That's it. Some of your toughest battles are just sparring. People see these fights. Okay, that's cool. But how to get there? Now that's the real beauty in it. That's the hard grit. Them are the dogs. Most of the dogs are the people that don't even fight. The people that go in there and just travel around because they love it. They absolutely love it. Those are the dogs. Those are the people that you wish you could see on TV. But some people don't. Some people don't like those lights. Some people don't like all this. But it's just fun, man.
Yeah. Now, who would you say was your like your GOAT of boxing? Like you got people that talk about Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, even Floyd now is considered to be the greatest. Who would you say is like the greatest of all time? Even with the Terrence Crawford now is in the conversation. Like who would you say is the greatest fighter of all time? Boxer.
And now or back when I was doing
like when you were young, and like who would you say it is now?
When I was young, I mean, all you ever heard about was Mike Tyson. I mean, I was really into boxing whenever he bit off Holyfield's ear. So he bit off Holyfield's ear. He He went to prison and he come out and he got beat up a couple times. And I really started liking, oh shoot, the guy with the George Foreman. Man, like George Foreman, he's got that sweet movie on Netflix, makes me like him even more. So it's like, I don't really know. I didn't really keep up on boxing like that. I didn't watch what other people were doing. I didn't study films. The films that I studied were opponents I'm about to fight. Maybe someone with 30, 40 fights.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you're about to fight some dude with 80, 90 fights. Okay, well, we need to pick up a flaw. We need to see what he's doing. I didn't study what other people are doing. I just went based off of what I did. So I didn't really watch a lot of people. But right now, who do I consider the GOAT? I gotta say T-Bud, man. Terrence Crawford's my dude. Terrence Crawford is my dude. I promise you. Now, there is one guy that I study. It's definitely Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford. But, I mean, you got people like Caleb Plant. I'm a huge fan of Caleb Plant. David Benavidez, I love his hand speed. I love his combos. So I take a little bit from each and every person. But there is one person that I really, really liked. And I really fancied watching. Oh, my gosh. Meese.
Okay.
Thomas Meese. That guy, I just thought it was so cool that people give you the nickname NyQuil.
Mm-hmm.
NyQuil. Why? Because he can put you to sleep at any point of the day. I'm like, dude, for people to give you a nickname like NyQuil because you are that bad and you can sleep anybody at any point in time, like, I thought that was awesome. Now, mind you, he did end up getting beat up and getting old.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, you're talking about a guy that was almost all the way undefeated. Only has a couple losses on his record, but they're all knockouts. He has over 40-some knockouts. And I've watched him. He's put people to sleep that are the most up-and-coming people. And then, I think it's Alexander. I forget his name. But, man, he is a beast. Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
Like, man, some of these people are just, they have their time.
Mm-hmm.
They have their time and they have their waves. And during their waves, it's awesome to watch. But it seems like Bud Crawford, nah, his wave is just going.
Man.
It's a tsunami.
Yeah.
And for him to jump up to beat Canelo, I had a feeling he's going to beat Canelo. I actually called it. People are like, yeah, but it's Canelo. I don't care. It's Bud Crawford.
Yeah.
His mom paid grown men to come fight him as a kid. Like, dude, you're a dog. You got your dog chips at about 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Southpaw, too.
Yeah. Now, were there any unorthodox training approaches that your coaches gave to you early on?
What do you mean orthodox?
Like, they're not common training strategies to make you like different than everybody else. Like, what were some ways that you trained to that were unusual?
Well, you spar till you puke. You spar till you puke. You puke. Wait a round or two and you get back in. I don't know if they're unusual. My work ethic is through the roof. I don't really know. I just went and went and went and went. And it seems like coming up, all the coaches and stuff that I know now, like each coach around, even now, every coach that coaches boxing holds a piece of the pie. It's a giant pie. And in a pie, there isn't usually one slice because that's the whole pie. There's a bunch of different slices. And each different coach can possess more slices of each of that pie. So, I mean, I understand I went through different coaches. And now I'm at the coach at United Boxing Club, Coach Marquise. And this is the coach that really, really clicks. But that doesn't mean that I haven't picked up other pieces of the pie. Each coach has had their different training methods. Something that stood out that's made me different that I've went to other places and they're like, what the heck? They're looking like, geez. It was called, what was it? I believe Shark Tank or Fish Tank, something like that. Where you're sparring. You spar two pros at the same time.
What?
So you're sparring two guys at the same time. First time I ever did it, it was up in Zanesville. They're the ones that showed me it. And I was like, that was a unique gym. That is a hard grit grind gym, Zanesville. And I really like that gym. And Yeah, I had to spar a guy named the Mule. He's 7-0. He's heavyweight.
How
About
old were
two.
you at this time?
About 20, 21. He's and then Roadrunner. Roadrunner's got probably almost 200 AMI fights. He's got a title. He's fast. He's about 165, 155 maybe, somewhere around there. And then I got this guy Mule, and I got to spar them both at the same time. Go, bing. You got this guy this way, this guy this way, and they're trying to stop you. They're trying to stop you. You got to move, but always. So I don't know. That really opens up your peripheral vision, that's for sure. And I remember being at the gym I'm in now, and I did that. And they're like, and I started beating on these two dudes. And they're like, oh, look at him, look at him. Look, this is, I've actually done this before. They're like, oh, you've done that? Yeah. I've been through some little wild stuff. Um, but, I mean, everybody, all training's training.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just how hard you go and your grit and your grind that just makes you stand out. That you can go anywhere in the world you want and train. But you got a punching bag in front of you. You could have, I think, to me, the small, sweaty, little gyms, rinky-dink, thrown together gyms. Those are the hard grit grind gyms where you walk in and there's some dry blood on the wall. Those are legit gyms. Now you walk into these fancy performance centers and stuff. They're cool, but it's just not that hard grit grind work. You know, you got a guy that's got the performance max of his life. He's an animal. He's a savage. And he's got all this and that. But you got this guy that is from the trenches. Most of the time, you see them trenches come up on top victorious.
Yeah, just like the Rocky movie versus Dragic.
Exactly like that. Just like that. You get a guy that's a beast animal, got all these performance centers, everything in the world. All this stuff. I mean, yeah, that works. But what happens whenever you got a guy that's just trying to feed his family in front of you, working in a basement that has drips around the speed bag? Like, you're going to get your best work there.
Yeah, most definitely. Now let's talk about after high school. What was your transition like from high school to real life? Did you go to college?
I did go to college. I went to college straight out of high school. That was where I did my 3-year layoff in boxing. 3 years went by to where I didn't go to the boxing gym. I didn't do anything. It really was just partying and stuff.
What was your major in college?
I went for computer tech.
Okay.
I was literally only 13 credit hours away from a associate's degree and just stopped. Well, got a good job paying as much as what I would have got then making. So it just took up so much of my time, and 13 more credit hours could be a year, not even a year. It was about another semester. I could have had it. Now I could have had it, but what's the point if that's not what you want to go into?
Right.
I didn't really see the point in it anymore because computers are so far advanced, and even now, today, that it's like every year you got to stay in school. You'll stay in school for it. Even people that are computer degrees in techs right now, they're probably still in school getting updated every so often.
They get updated as much as the software.
Oh yeah. It does. And eventually, there'll be no need for people to fix computers because computers will fix themselves.
Yeah.
Coding is just it's crazy, and it's even only getting more and more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now, what was your college experience like? How would you summarize it?
Oh, well, my college experience, it wasn't like all your other college experiences.
Where did you go to?
I just went to Kent State Branch, honestly, right down the road from us. And I was staying in my apartment with my girlfriend, wife now. And I was just there. I'd go to work, I was working 12s. I'd work 12, 6 to 6, 6 o'clock, head over, 6:30, have my first class, get done at about 8 o'clock. And 8:30, head home, eat, sleep, bed, done. Wake up, do it again. I did that. That gets old.
Mm-hmm.
That gets old quick too. Yeah, but I didn't stay there. I just drove home. It's only a 10-minute drive, 15-minute drive. So I didn't stay away, but I really liked college. College wasn't that bad at all, and I paid attention way more than I did high school. But I still did good in school. I always had a 3.4, 3.6 GPA in high school.
Nice.
And I wasn't one that just really had to do a bunch of studying. I just paid attention and I just picked everything up really really good, and I was a good student. I didn't get in trouble. I didn't do this and that. I got good grades. I did my homework, stayed up on my stuff, and got myself into college. No one ever told me to go to college. I just wanted to do it for a better career, and excuse me, and that's what I did. I was on the dean's list before up
Nice.
at Kent. So the only thing about college is down there at that branch was okay. Most of the stuff is like open book. Most of your stuff, like you can view your book, you can take the notes. It comes right out of your notes. How is that really applying it to it? Now, say you're in the field, you can't open your book.
Right.
Now what? But I could ace through and get a degree in it. But now I have a degree, and now I really go into the field, and now it's like, wait, what?
You don't have no experience. You got,
I need my book.
yeah. You got knowledge and then you got experience.
Yes. So more along the lines as I think something like a Buckeye Career Trade Center, a trade school.
Definitely,
That's
100%.
about and the thing about college is, you go to these colleges and you owe. They come up with college debt forgiveness. Nothing's forgiven. Money owed is money owed regardless. It just goes into a giant debt, which could just be thrown into America's debt. But regardless, you're paying out of that, then out of your thing, out of your like paychecks later on, all this money for a college degree. But at the end of the day, you could be making, a teacher could be making as much as I am right now. Why, you don't need a degree at a brickyard.
Right.
And it's like a trade school where you learn something hands-on and you go to a place and work at it. I think that right there is, now I see why my dad always told me, you need to go to like Buckeye, you need to go to like a trade school, go learn something good and then take it and get a good job. Now I understand why he said that. That's what, if my girls don't go to college, that's what I would prefer to them. In trade school, learn something, go to beauty school, any even something like beauty school. I mean, that's considered a college, but it's not like learning something that you got to take into another field with you, and then you're owed it. You owe it. Whereas a trade school, you pay for it, and then it's done. It's taken care of. Now you have your knowledge, and you go on in the world and use it.
Exactly. Now, do you think that the whole idea of college is a scam, or is just about what you make of it?
It could be. See, that's kind of like in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle about that because you go to college. Yeah, I picked up a lot of knowledge, but I can also learn all that knowledge reading books and listening to YouTube anymore. I could YouTube everything and I want to learn in college. Well, not everything, but I mean, you go through your steps and this and that. But how many? What? Well, I wonder what percentage in the world went to college, paying 80 to 120,000 for their degree, and they're not making more than you or I would at a job just because of who we know. Who you know, just being a good person and walking in the faith and in the Lord and just being a good person and making friends, not being a prep, not singling people out because of what they look like. You never know whenever you'll maybe need that person or fall upon that person or cross your bridge again. And it's like, so I've known a lot of people that got me in the jobs that I'm in, but you go to some places, so say you and I go to a place, and I know this guy, oh, hey, Jeremy, what's up? And they have a bachelor's, but I'm best friends with them. Guess who's more than likely going to get that job?
Definitely you, because it's chemistry.
That's the thing. That's where college kind of can end up unfair. But guess what? You're paying a big bill and I'm not. You learned it, I didn't. Guess where I'm going to learn it? Hands on. Going through the motions after about 10 or 12 years, I'll know what you know and I didn't have to pay for school for it.
Now, before we get into your boxing career, I want to kind of go back to the spiritual aspect because I think that that's very pivotal, especially all the things that's going on in the world today. They say that we're in the end times. Did you ever have, like, up to that point, like college and, just being young and stuff, did you ever have a moment where you kind of would be considered you're drifting away, and kind of living in sin a little bit?
Yes. Yeah. I've felt that. I've felt driven away from God. Not really driven away, but you got your righteous path, and then you can veer off.
Mm-hmm.
Say you do something that alters what you could have been this path. Now this path is gone, but that's not the Lord's path. I've always felt the Lord with me, just I haven't been as close. Started getting away. Started not. It just felt darker. Just not like the good person I am now.
Mm-hmm. Now
Just
talk
like
about what you feel like was that moment or that chapter of your life that you were aware, yeah, I'm not really doing what the Lord want me to do, and what kind of influenced you to be that way, and how you got out of it.
yeah, hanging around the wrong people. Hanging around the wrong people. Hanging around people that you don't even necessarily have to run around people that go to church or not go to church. That doesn't influence me. Your belief is your belief, and whether you run around people that believe what you believe shouldn't hinder what you believe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, just going around the wrong crowd. Going around the wrong crowd. Say I go around a crowd where they all want to just get drunk, messed up. Saturday night, we're gonna get drunk until the wee bits of the morning. Watch the sun come up. And you're not going to church then. You're not going to church. You're not praising God then. Then you're just like, then you almost start to feel like a little bit of a hypocrite. Well, I do anyways. Where, you're drinking and boozing, and what, you're going to pray? No, you shouldn't do that. Wait until you're not doing that. You're not living right. So then you're being fake. You're being fake. So, and then little by little, you start getting derived off to the left side a little more, a little more, a little more. Pulled away, pulled away, pulled away. And little do you know, it's literally the enemy just trying to needle in there little by little, inch by inch. Something always adds up into something. Little by little will add up. Before long, you're not going to church at all. I wasn't going to church at all. I'm not praying before I eat. Not praying hardly at all. Maybe something goes wrong. And it's easier to do the wrong thing than it is to do the right thing. It's maybe you sees a door that needs open for somebody. I would always open a door for people, and then little by little, you're opening it first, like move. Just rude, just coming out of my character, changing my character. And how I got out of that and away from that was I don't know, I recognized it, and I changed myself. Went back to praying a lot, reading the Bible, just I don't know. I have no problem secluding myself from other people. I don't need other people's approval or appreciation. I'm perfectly fine isolating just myself. But I like to be around other people. I'm a people person, and just being around others and not having that negative attitude that follows when you're not doing right with God. It's just, he's like a negative person, negative Nancy. Nobody wants to be around that. I don't like to be that person. I want to be the positivity in life. So it really just, I don't know, my eyes just started opening, and then having my girls, my first daughter, and stuff like that. Just having my kids, having my mom reaching out and stuff. So it's like, you can veer off, but you can always come back. That's the good thing about the Lord.
Amen.
He always forgives. He died on the cross to forgive us of our sins. Now that doesn't mean you can, now to me, that doesn't mean you can go and sin all the way up until you're about to die and then just mean it one good time. But, technically in the Bible it doesn't say that you can't do that, but that's just not the type of person that I am and I want to be. So I just rather be a good person, walk in faith, and just remain like this and see how life goes for me. So far it's going good.
Amen. Now let's talk about after that, taking that 3 years off of boxing. Did you feel weird not boxing for 3 years?
Didn't even notice it, man. I'm partying. I'm just getting in trouble, getting in just ignorant stuff. Just, I don't know. Boxing is more discipline and just like it. I don't know. It gives me something more to do rather than something to push positive towards rather than something just wasting my time drinking, partying. Now, mind you, I was still drinking, partying, having fun, and still fighting, but it lessens whenever you have good friends that fight all the time. All my friends and all my crew always fought. That was it. We boxed. That was the crew, the 922 boxing crew. That's
Now
it.
you were still fighting, like now, like I watch movies like Bruce Lee or like the Karate Kid and stuff like that, and one of the things that the master or the teacher or the coach always tells the young student is, have good intentions when you develop this craft of boxing or fighting or karate, whatever it is, and don't just go out there fighting people. Did you struggle, with carrying your skills that you develop in the gym, into street fights?
Yeah, that's the thing about 92. I took out on the street, but I'm not dinking people.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. Not dinking people. I'm at the bar and you're talking crap. Dink, you go sleep. And I continue to have my drink, and that just happened. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, people down there don't really call the cops. You don't do this or that. And being a fighter, people try to press you on that.
Mm-hmm.
And that never really faded out until I truly became a professional.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, Jesus. I'm only been pro a couple years, so that's in my 30s. I'm still in my 30s dinking people, late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that doesn't ever change. When you're a fighter, you're a fighter.
So, like, people, like, you would think that it would be the opposite. Like talk a little bit more about, like, being a fighter, knowing that you can fight, other people know that you can fight. What is it like having to some degree, restrain yourself? Because, like, when you become so good, you have to get your hands registered as weapons, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what is that battle like when you could, like, almost kill this person,
Yeah.
for talking crazy? Like, talk a little bit more about that.
Well, one, if people even still talk crazy, I mean, a smack isn't a full-on punch. That's definitely going to happen. I get a quick smack. So, that can always happen. That's never registered or not. If you cross the line, I'm still a human. I'm still a fighter too. At the end of the day. So, but you refrain from stuff like that. You veer away from fighting and stuff like that. Now, before my hands were registered and this and that, it's like people know, yeah, that I box and I've boxed and fight and stuff. That doesn't necessarily, yeah, my town. I live in a small town. Now I go away and you just see me out on the street just, smiling, got a little chip in my tooth, little preacher boy. No, you're not going to think I'm some beast, some little animal that's going to come uncaged and go crazy. Someone that definitely knows how to fight and has a title. Yeah. This guy's got a title. What? So it's like you look at stuff like that. No, I always got messed with. If we're at a bar, we go out at all. I don't go to bars. I used to never go to bars. I go to bars more now, just because I like the company of my friends and my people. But I don't even drink most of the time whenever I go to bars. I'll have like a cranberry and water or something. And they're like, you're drinking water. Yeah, I like to still associate myself around people, and I don't have to do drugs and I don't have to drink. Okay, that part of me isn't there anymore. Mm. So it's like you go places, and if I'm places mainly with my wife, like at a bar, and we get a guy come up, and I'm the one that picks out everybody at the bar that doesn't look like you want to do anything, and I get messed with, and I'm like, I'm telling you what, I know I can mop this guy. But as soon as the wife's like, well, yeah, don't let him do that, then it's on. Mm-hmm. As soon as she takes the little leash off, it's on. And it's bad that I enjoy that, but it's I don't street fight anymore. I would never street fight now. Mm-hmm. If I would street fight now, I could I could kill somebody, and I would not want to do that. If I'm knocking people unconscious with a glove on, then imagine with a bare knuckle, a fist, and not just boxing. I was ranked number 2 in Ohio at 170 in the cage. So I've fought in the cage. I have about 9 or 10 cage fights as well. And I fought for a title in the cage.
And the cage is UFC, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I have that experience. Because there was a time where I did veer away from, the 3 years that I veered away, or not really veered away from boxing, later down after I boxed for a while, my gym shut down. Roy Caldwell shut down.
Why?
He was just working a lot, and people weren't as dedicated. And being older now I realize that you got people that aren't as dedicated. It's harder for you to be dedicated and have your heart into it whenever you're missing time away from your family. So I understand now, but back then it was hard. I couldn't find no fights. Well, I become friends with Scott Corbin, a matchmaker for what was it? Extreme cage fight, something like that.
I think I heard of that.
It was awesome. and we'd fight at the Tadmor or Arlington or Chaparral's, or the Tadmor Shrine. It was sweet. We go up there, me and my buddies, we ding people in the thing from people all over, and that's it. It was sweet. Knock some people out in the cage. It was a good time. It also gives you something to do on a Saturday, besides all the vandalism and just. Down in Tuscarawas County is reckless. Kids get bored, don't know what to do. You know what? Here's some rocks. Let's go throw some windows out. Stupid stuff. Well, whenever you're fighting, it gives you something to do on a Saturday. Besides being bored, just getting drunk.
Yeah.
Well, let's go fight. And not get in trouble. We're not going to get in trouble.
Now, like, once you understood the power that you did have, like you said, you can kill somebody. Did you ever fear that somebody would like kill you once they like people knew who you were? Obviously, like let's say specifically back at home. Did you ever have a fear that somebody would shoot you or like kill you out of fear?
No, because it shouldn't be. At a point, you know, you don't. I can't really explain it. I can't explain if it's confidence, if it's just knowledge in myself. It's like people, like for instance, like my friend Cody Garbrandt. You take someone like that, if he's out somewhere and someone's like talking reckless, where you're at in life compared to what somebody just talking doesn't mean nothing for you, don't bring you no money in, no nothing, and we're professional, you're gonna walk away. You're not gonna egg him on. What do they do for you? If I'm throwing fists now, I'm getting paid for it. If not, you're a waste of time. What are you gonna do? You're gonna put me in jail? Oh, that's cool. Well, now you're really hurting me because you're hurting my pockets. Now I'm missing work. Now I'm missing my kids. Now, why? Because I busted you up? Well, that's cute. I can do that in the ring and get paid for it.
Exactly.
Why would I do that? And why take a chance? Well, I'll shoot you. It really got that far.
Right.
It got that far. And if people are pulling out guns, why am I in that area anyways? Why am I surrounding myself with people like that? Now, that doesn't mean that my wife and I don't walk around with guns or something like that for protection, but hey, if you're a good person and you're not involved in the circles like that, which I don't run around circles like that anymore. I used to run around. I've been around a lot of people where they do pull out guns, this and that, and you fight people that have guns. It's happened before. You just get the gun away from them and away from wherever they want to be pointing it, and then you beat them down. Now that does happen, but that's life-threatening. That's different. That's not just a fight. That's not just a fight. There's a thing called boxing. There's a thing fighting, and then there's a thing called survival. Okay, survival. Someone goes to pull out a gun. Now it's me or you, and one of us is going to live. It's going to be me. I don't care if I have to stick my thumb through your eye sockets. Either I'm going to walk away. You're not.
If you don't mind, could you share one of those like survival type situations?
Well, I was at a college party before, and big old like Jamaican dude, my buddy Robert Bayless, was hitting on his girl, and he went to pull out the gun, and I had to go up, and I grabbed his wrist and his arm, put him in a little Kimura behind his back until he shot it up at the ceiling, but I ended up tweaking his finger, knocking it out, and had his gun in my back pocket now. And and he starts hitting him, but he has other friends that has a gun too, and you just have to de-escalate the situation like that. So I mean, stuff like that does happen. And then I was with my one buddy, and it's just me and him and two his guys, and we pull up on this dirt road, this little dirt road we used to fight on. He goes to pull a gun out. As soon as my buddy seen it, he grabbed his hand and just started punching him in the face until he was out, and we took his gun and we drove off. And them two got beat up and we drove off, and then we got their gun.
Yeah.
So I mean, situations like that, you don't have time. Seeing stuff like that too, you don't have time to think. You gotta react now. It's just you're on them. You're on them. It's you or them.
Yeah.
But to be in situations like that it does happen though too. So say anybody could get shot. I mean, a stray bullet could come through, or you could just be somewhere and someone just is fighting with their girlfriend and goes to shoot, and you get shot.
Yeah.
So I've been at bars before in Canton, to where out of nowhere, boom, 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 we got to drop on down, duck on out the back door, and then we got to go up through the houses.
Yeah, in Canton, you're going to have a lot of that. You're going to have a lot of that.
You do. That one over by the Timken, that old bar down by the Timken. Do you know what I'm talking about, where you can loop around and go on the highway?
Oh crap.
I forget what it is. It's shut down now because of too many shootings.
Ugh.
I was in there whenever they had their first shooting.
OTs, old
Yep,
timers.
yep.
Hmm.
I was in there whenever they had their shootings.
Yeah.
So we're all in there, and a pow, pow, pow. You just hear shots. You gotta duck on down, going out the side door. That's annoying. Being at places where people are chasing you with guns and stuff. Like, it's not a joke. Like, you're literally their ignorance. It doesn't take a lot to shoot a gun. It only takes a split second,
Hmm.
and it is and they're almost so touchy. Boom, it's done. Now your life and all of their connect and their whole chain of life is all altered, and it's scary that people are that ignorant and negligent out there.
Yeah.
But you gotta stay away from scenarios and situations like that. But I mean, I've been in them, so you will get in them.
Have you ever lost someone you love to gun violence?
Yeah, yeah. I've lost a couple friends that have gotten shot.
Were you young?
Mm, I mean, young as in my 20s. Yeah, 20s, and I lost. Yeah, 20s, 20s. My one buddy actually, not really gun violence. Dustin Moreland. Uh, they took him out in a field, made him sit in a kneel down, and they shot him in the head.
What?
And that was my brother. His brother, his family, they were there. He was my best man. Curtis, his brother, was my best man, and that was like my brother. I've never, out of even all my family members I've lost in my life, I've never cried as hard as I did whenever I heard that.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, and he was having his twins too, and he thought they told him that he was. They even have TV. They have it's on a TV show too, about it. Buster Clark did it, and yeah, he thought he was going away to work in the oil fields, and they picked him up. We seen him like the day before he left. My wife and all of us, everybody knew Dustin around our area, and they tricked him. They ended up pulling a gun out and said, "You know why?" And he's like, "Huh?" Okay, it's something like a motorcycle or like a car that didn't get paid off. Something is life really worth something like a vehicle?
Right.
Died over a vehicle. Might as well just say that money. And it was Dustin. It's not even a lot of money. But still he went thinking he's going to better his life. Didn't hear from him. They shot him, left him out there. It was like days before they even found him.
Oh my God.
Days before they even found him. Had him covered up. So it's like, yeah, that was it's one of my more dramatic life things that happened to me, was my buddy getting shot like that.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. R.P. to Dustin.
Yeah, for sure.
How did that take a toll on you, like mentally and spiritually?
Uh, well, it took more of a toll on his family than me, obviously, but it took a big toll on me. I don't know. There isn't really I think about Dustin a lot. Like, a lot. Like, dang near every day, if not every other day. Like, just, I don't know. He just crosses my mind all the time. Like, I've trained him for a couple of his fights. He's like, was my brother. I took him to a couple fights, cornered him in his fights, and it was awesome. It was awesome. He was just one of those carefree people that could always bring, like, a smile, and it's just like, it just shows you, you can't take life for granted, and it also shows you the evil that is out in the world.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So if there's evil, there has to be good. So you do have evil out there in the world. There is evil people like that out there in the world. That Buster Clark was just some nonchalant guy that did it, I believe, for like $3,000. Give me $3,000, I'll shoot this dude in the head. Little does he know, or even care. He's got two twins about to be born, thinking he's better in his life, and it affected the whole chain, even to me. And it's like, it's just crazy. Just made me better value. But that's just another key example. Just better value in life. Some things aren't worth fights and stuff with your loved ones. You never know when anything could be your last day.
Mm-hmm.
Life is precious. You have to take it. Don't take it for granted.
Yeah.
Just take it for all its beauty, and you only get one shot. So.
And I definitely can attest to how I've been using the word life is very delicate. Life is very delicate because you could be living 40 years, 30 years, and it'll be gone in a split second.
Yeah.
So definitely. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for
Oh,
sharing
yeah.
that. Let's talk about your first professional fight.
Oh, oh boy. My first pro fight. Ooh,
How old were you?
I was, I think 30 or 31.
Wow.
Wait, yeah, like 31, maybe 32.
And that's considered late in the term, like the boxing. Okay.
Yeah, it's considered late. That's for sure late. I
Mm.
don't know. I'd wanted to be pro, and I had so many amateur fights. I had 70 some amateur fights. I'm like, dude, it's a hobby. I have two
What's
girls.
amateur? What's the difference between amateur and pro? Like, when you say amateur, are you talking about that first fight that you shared against the dude where you got a trophy? That was considered amateur.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's talk about pro. First
Yeah,
pro
that's
fight.
it. That's amateur. Amateur is you get a little trophy, which I mean you still maybe get a trophy. You get paid for it.
Yeah.
It's not a hobby no more. You get paid.
Now before we get to the pro, because I didn't know the difference, so I'm glad you said that. What would you say was your toughest amateur fight?
My toughest amateur fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a couple. I fought some beasts as an amateur. Actually, one of my toughest and funnest fights was Ronnie Hines.
Okay.
Oh gosh,
What was
I
his
fought
record?
that monster. He was 17-1 when I fought him. He
And
was
what-
17-1 and was from Ohio State, and he's like 6'7", 6'8".
Oh my gosh.
Monster. Well, now Ronnie is heavyweight.
Mhm.
I fought him at 185.
Yeah.
And it went the distance. And
What was your record going into the fight?
I had like one loss,
Mhm.
like maybe like 12-1, something like
Okay.
that.
So kind of in the same.
A little
Okay,
bit,
okay.
a little bit. And oh my gosh, I remember that dude hitting me first round, and I'm like, yeah, oh my gosh, you're about to get knocked out. You are going to get knocked out. And then I don't know, something in me was like, just bite down and go.
Yeah.
And I did, and then I ended up winning the second round. I thought I won third round,
Mhm.
but they gave it to him. But it was all his judges that gave it to him. But I won fighter of the night because of it.
Yeah.
I won
So
the fighter
did you
of the
beat
night.
him?
No, they said he won.
Oh, so it was decision.
It was decision.
Okay.
I thought I had won the fight, but regardless, everybody won because it was a sweet fight.
Yeah.
Now Ronnie is undefeated, fighting ranked in the world and everything as a pro heavyweight. Now he's a heavyweight and a pro.
That's
And
crazy.
He's got, I'm not 100% sure, like upper around like 12, maybe more. All knocked almost all his opponents out, if not all of them. Big boy doing good things.
Yeah.
And then I also fought a Cody Crane from Columbus. Dude, it was the first time I fought him was like 94 fights.
Wow.
I only had like 30.
Yeah.
And here I'm fighting a dude with like 90 some fights. Well, I went in there and I did try my hardest, but they gave it to him, but everybody booed. He said, did I beat him? But they gave it to him. So I started getting calls from like higher up coaches from Cleveland and stuff like, dude, you're Cody Crane, huh? All right, well, we want you to fight for us. So I fought on a lot of other people's cards, and I got to fight in Kalahari.
Wow.
And it was sweet. That was sweet. And yeah, then I fought Cody again. I fought Cody Crane again at his own little Buster Douglas's recreational center.
Wow.
And
Where is this at?
up in Columbus.
Okay.
So I fought up there, and they somehow they said he beat me, but they had to help him out of the ring at the end of it. They helped him out of the ring, and I'm like,
Brutalized him.
okay, you won.
Yeah.
And he told my coaches and everything afterwards, I'm never fighting him again. If you want me to get punched by him, I need paid. I am not getting hit by that. I'm not fighting you ever again unless I get paid good for it. I was like, oh, okay. Well, who really won? That's all I cared about. I didn't care about what gets on the book.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I beat that dude. So I beat a dude with like 124 fights.
Wow.
I was like, yeah.
Shout out, man. Salute.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about your first pro fight.
Oh, now my first pro fight. Now, I was just so, I don't know. I wasn't in a good place in life, I guess. That's
What do you mean
kinda
by
what-
that?
Like whenever I was like veering away from God,
Mhm.
I was around then. I wasn't really like praying on the Lord to lead me to. I was, but I wasn't in it with all my heart. You know, I just wasn't in the best place in life, I guess you would say. I was just going through a lot of stuff, and it's like I was just so happy. I'm finally pro. I did it. You're pro.
How many fights have you had up to that point?
Probably 70, maybe 80.
Okay.
Maybe somewhere around there. A lot of fights. and I was just so happy to be pro. I'm about to have a pro fight. So I hadn't had a fight in like a year and a half, 2 years.
Now, for the people that don't know, how do you get selected to become a pro? Like, is it just based on your experience or
Well,
selection?
now it is. Now you have like you got to have a certain pedigree now to go pro. Back in the day, you want to be pro, you're pro.
Hmm.
That's it. So whenever I went pro, I had plenty of fights to be pro. I had already done. I have titles and stuff like that all around, and I've only lost 7 fights out of 70 some fights. So I mean, that's pretty good enough to be pro.
Mm-hmm.
So and in my head, I was ready to be pro. I was ready to be paid for it, but I should have probably had a tune-up fight leading up to it. Because ring rust to me in boxing, that to me is real. I got in there, and maybe I had too many rounds sparring. I don't know. I just wasn't firing. I had switched my stance because my coach and we thought that we weren't finding a fight because they said that I was southpaw. So
How does that play into, like,
people didn't want to fight a southpaw. Don't want to fight a lefty. Don't want to fight a lefty. So we switched right.
mm-hmm.
And now here I am, fought all my fights southpaw. Now I got to go right. Now I'm going right. But I did. I trained. I'm mopping these pros and stuff and doing good. Sparring like massive amounts of rounds. And going right. And I'm getting people. Well, then it was the time for the fight. And I was just in the moment, hyped, I'm in there. And I get in there and dude throws a couple punches, he's moving away. And I throw one, boom, and it makes his side real red. But I didn't, doink, doink. I was like, there's nothing behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So dude throws one. And then my back goes against the ropes a little bit. And I'm just in there starting to warm up a little bit. And he just like, this wild hook. And see, the thing about that first pro fight is, it was for 165. I hadn't been 65 in years. So it's like, now I need to make the weight. I wasn't good at cutting weight. The night before I made the weight, I had cut so much weight. In the day of weigh-ins, we wanted to make sure we were light enough. So I ended up sitting in the sauna and running, and I cut 7 more pounds the day of the weigh-ins. I come in and weigh at 159.
Wow.
I'm not a 159 build, not at all. And I didn't do it. It was all dehydration. So the night of the weigh-ins, after weigh-ins, I drank like 17 lemonades. 17 lemonades. Pasta, breadsticks. Oh, I do this all the time, coach. No. All that has to be methodical. Everything's got to go into motion. Everything. So I just wasn't firing. I wasn't nothing. Well, I ended up getting caught. And it was like a real quick blink. Boom. And like, oh, now I'm on the ropes. It was like a flash knockdown. Well, I had silk on. I started sliding through the ropes. Well, I'm trying to catch myself. My arms aren't really moving much. And flash knockdown. Boom, I fall out. I'm falling out of the ropes. I'm like, oh, you're falling down. I got between the ropes. My head, all the people on the table move like this. And no one tries to catch me. But my coach and everybody's trying to get to me. And my head dinged off the bell.
Oh my god.
And it sounded like ding, the bell. It hit the back of the cerebral, made a huge knot, and like, obviously I wasn't knocked out because I'm still coherent, but the legs were gone. The legs were gone. I was stiff. I'm like trying to hit them, and then got him going again. Shook it off and wobbled up into the ring. And I got back in the ring, and ref's like, well, I said, all right, well, now what? And he's like, well, I stopped it. And then people were booing, like, he wasn't out. He got up in like 14 seconds. You get 30 seconds if you go out of the ring to get back up in it and continue to fight, which I'm glad I didn't because my legs were still wobbly. I mean, I dinked the back of my cerebral hard. There was a knot.
That sounds crazy,
and I didn't
man.
get a suspension. I didn't get anything from it. They considered it a TKO loss, not a KO, nothing like that. But I was like, well, you know what? I'm still pro. Cool, I'm still pro. And that's not the attitude you need to have whenever you're a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pro. Oh, well, I'm still pro. I still got an envelope full of money. Cool. No, that's a doormat. That's a little sidestep. I'm a sidestep.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. So then it was like, think it was a year, about 8 months later, I fought again, and I trained everything I had in my soul. I didn't want no more partying involved, and I stuck my nose to the grinding board, and I was going to fight a very tough guy from Street Beefs. The Street Beefs king. Now this guy that I fought my second fight as a pro, my attitude changed now. Now my attitude was, okay, you're pro now. Now, is this for you or what? Now you need, if you don't, you need to win. You got to train to win. You got to go in here, and this guy is not going to beat you. So I went in there, and here he had like a tough man jacket. I'm like, okay, tough man, cool. Well, this guy actually won the national tough man, where every state.
What's the tough man?
The tough man is like just a competition you go into. You can have like 16 fights, and then the winner wins the tough man. You win like $1,000. So you go in there, fight 2 times one night, next night fight 2-3 times, and you're the champ. So then you won. Well, then you're the tough man champion. We come on out. He's the tough man champion. Tough man champion is a national tough man champion. So this national tough man champion, all the states have a tough man. And all those different tough men meet in, I think, Boston, and then they fight. So all the champions now have a tournament of champions. And he was the winner of that. And now I'm fighting him. So dude had a pit bull head. But I just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. Busting him up, doing good. Felt I won every round. Well, something in me, fourth round. Now it's 4th round. I am seeing stars. I am tired. Trust me, we both are. And I don't know. I seen him hunker over by a body shot. And I did not. This guy's not getting up. I went all the way to the floor and come up with an uppercut through his chin. And he's still there. And I'm like, okay. I see his arms holding his head. And I just hit that body. And I moved to the other side and I hit that body. When I hit his body the second time, I see this. His rib.
What?
I broke his rib.
What?
So by breaking his rib, this dude goes down and he did not get up for about 20 minutes. Even after we fought, they couldn't move him. He broke his rib. I won my second fight by 4th round, TKO by rib.
You broke his rib?
I broke his rib, yes. And I was like, yeah. Oh, dude, I jumped up on the... I was so pumped. I got my win. I belong here.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go on to the next fight after that.
Now I want to ask you this. Do you compare boxing and like the UFC and all that stuff? Do you think it's comparable to like the ancient gladiator type of style fighting?
Yeah, not so much. No. This is constricted art. This is like controlled art.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It's just art. It's like painting pictures. It's just chess.
Yeah.
You're not going at gladiator days like you're death. That's death. That's different. That's the survival that I was talking about. It'd be like someone pulling a gun out. That's what that type would be.
Have you ever heard of somebody dying in the boxing ring?
Oh yeah.
Like in the local
Yeah. There's people in Cleveland died.
Oh my gosh.
There's amateurs that have died. There's what I've learned over the years is it's that hard sparring. You spar and you can create CTE and you shouldn't leave with a concussion after sparring. Like that's, and then if say you do get a concussion sparring, now your main sparring is about 3 weeks out. 3 weeks out from the fight, you have the 2 weeks that you can really spar, and then the week of your fight you rest and take it easy. But then 2 weeks, the third and second week out from your fight, you're going ham. So say you catch a concussion in them 2 weeks. Now a concussion is going in one week?
Mm-mm.
No. So then you go and you fight, and then these people are getting hit and they're not waking up, or a couple days later they don't wake up, or they have bleeding on their brain. Maybe they took in a concussion during that, and then went in and got fight, and then got busted in the head with even a headgear in a fight. Even amateurs in the Olympics, that Olympian kid died. 15 or 16? Just sparring, probably concussed. Then went in and had a fight, slurred his words. After the fight, 2 days later, died.
Wow.
So you got people that died. Charles Conwell up in Cleveland. He hit dude so hard, dude literally died the next day. Or that night. I forget if he died the next day or died that night. But that's more effect on. At the end of the day, you know what you were signing up for. You know what you were signing up for. There's a risk with everything.
So essentially, would you say that anytime you go in the ring, you got to be prepared to die?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah. If you're getting punched in the face and in the head and stuff, and you can fall down. Say you get knocked out and you fall back. Well, ref isn't going to grab you. Nobody's going to grab you. What's going to grab you is the ground. Now, mind you, the canvas is a little bit lighter, but you fall flat back. Doom. You just now smack the back of your head while your brain is unconscious already. Anything can happen.
Wow.
I slid out of the ropes, dinked my head off the back of the bell.
I don't want to laugh.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
You said ding. You said ding.
I did, man. I did, for real. It sounded like the bell dinging.
Yeah.
Ding.
So, now let's talk about one of the biggest moments in your life, man. You became a champion. Let's talk about that.
Well, yeah. Well, after that, I don't know.
How many fights did you have before you became champion?
Okay, before that, I lost my first fight.
Mm-hmm.
I just broke dude's rib.
Yeah.
And then I had my third fight. My third fight, I was fighting a tough dude, firefighter from like Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
He come on down. I'm like, you little stocky dude, smaller. But I don't know. I ended up literally. I cut this dude's eye so bad. I've never cut anybody, not even a street fight like this. Literally, it was all the way across here. And it was pulled back, and the white bone was hanging out.
Oh!
His bone was hanging out by a hook. I don't know scar tissue or whatnot, but all I know is second round they stopped it because dude was about out. They shouldn't even let it go after he got up.
Mm-hmm.
It just made it worse and worse. One hook sliced that baby. I don't know if I caught it just right with the leather or what, but it sliced him wide. So now I have 3 fights. I'm 2-1, and I don't know. I just started losing that fire. Veered away from as that track. I was veering away from God. I was veering. Yeah, focus on boxing, but you know what? I thought hard work and grit's what got me here. No, I just kept veering away, and I actually said I was done boxing. I lost that fire in me. I just
At the 2-1?
Yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to. My buddies are like, dude, you can walk away from that. That's a good number. You knocked out 2 guys. Prove that you belong. And that's awesome. You can walk away and be happy with that. Okay, and then I did. And it was about 2 years went by. I'm like, you know what?
What were you doing during this 2-year stint? Working? Just working?
Working, family, being a family man.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get out of boxing and you see your family all the time and that discipline's going, it's easy to get into that habit. It really, really is. And I just lost that fire for fighting and boxing and training. Just wanted to go home, work, go home to the family and relax. Just relax. But I don't know. Then I was like, I just felt myself getting fat. I was up to about 250.
Wow.
And I felt myself get just completely out of shape. And I was like, you know what? We're going to get back in it. And I don't know. I reconnected with my coach. And we were just working out. I was just working out. I was training in a lot of places. I was like, okay. He goes, well, hey, we're going to have a fight in Canton. We're going to fight in Canton, Ohio. For real sweet, I'll be on it. I'm going to fight one of the guys that I beat. With the guy that I broke his rib, he wanted a rematch. We'll give him that rematch. Well, as I'm training for that, I cut 48 pounds.
Nice.
40, not nice. 48 pounds?
What?
48 pounds. I cut, well, no, it is nice.
Yeah.
I cut 48 pounds. I got down to about 172. I need to be 68.
Okay.
About 172. I took an Epsom salt bath. Now, mind you, my niece just passed. Probably like a month before I'm about to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I have all this going on. This is about to be my comeback after 2 years and being retired. I'm coming out of retirement. The old McGregor.
Yeah.
So I took an Epsom salt bath, and I actually was coming out of the bath, and I fell down in the shower. I split my eye open in the shower. I go to get out again. Boom, I fall down again. Busted my face off the back of the toilet.
Oh!
Now I walk into the room and I'm like, oh, I feel like good. My wife said my towel dropped and I fell flat first. Arms to the sides, full on out. And I smacked my oak bed frame on the way down, and it sliced 11 stitches.
Oh.
Right by my eye here, and all the way down my whole cheek, filleted open.
Oh,
like,
man.
I still fight. I'm out of it.
Why'd you fall over?
Fainted. 48 pounds. Nothing. Well, here what happened was I had 48 pound. I was cutting. For one, cutting massive amounts like that, 0 to 500 calories maybe a day. So I had nothing in me, no antibiotics, no nothing in me to fight off like infection, viruses, sickness. Well, here it turned out I had I almost said hepatitis B. That's not what it was. No, I had influenza. I had influenza A and B.
Yeah.
So I got
So the flu, right?
Oh yeah, a nasty flu. And then I had influenza A and B, and I was messed up. Well, that was God's way of taking me out of the fight. Maybe it's His timing, God's timing, God's timing. So I said, you know what? I let the eye heal up. We're about a couple more months off. I let it heal up. The scar tissue. There's a scar right there. I let it heal up. My daughter thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And I do, Dad. You look awesome. No one's gonna mess with you. No, they're not. so I don't know. I was just working out. And there was another show going to be coming up. Like we didn't get matched. But my coach is like, listen, we're gonna come up with this plan. Someone's gonna fall off this card, and you're gonna fill in. Well, it was so crazy, bro. It was around 4th of July. My wife and her family always get a cabin out at Tall Timbers. They're always drinking. They're always eating, cooking out and drinking at Tall Timbers. So something told me in my head. It was the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit told me. It's like, if you stay true to yourself this weekend, it will pay off great dividends at the end of this month. And I'm like, well, I don't really talk to myself like that. I don't know who's going to talk to himself like that. Yeah. Dividends and this and that. No, I'm not going to. So I just had to receive that, Lord, and I didn't. I didn't gain weight. I didn't drink. I didn't do anything at Tall Timbers. I stayed true to myself and worked out still. And then I got a call. My coach is like, hey, you just got, it worked. The plan worked. I said, what do you mean, what plan? What plan? Someone fell out. You're about to fight Hamza. I'm like, Hamza, for real? What? Yeah, 9-day notice. And it's his card.
Now, who was Hamza?
Hamza's
champ?
The champ at the time. It's his card. His show. Everything. He's little Cleveland's pride. Little hometown dude. So I'm like, well, instantly, so you get a call. Stuff like that. Her starts pounding. Hey, let me get back to you tomorrow. Let me get back to you tomorrow and think about it and pray on it. So I'm praying on it. And God just wasn't like answering my prayer. It wasn't giving me a definitive answer. So then it like came to me. It was like clear as day, just like if you stay true to yourself. He says, every day you pray that I bless you at victory, victory, victory. And I approve it, bless you, put glory and grace upon every contract sent your way. If you pray for that every day, and I send a contract your way, and there's a fight presenting itself, and it's for a title, well, then my victory and blessing is already on it. I said, you know what? We're going to take it. Let's take it, Coach.
Yeah.
And I literally I was 184 when I got the call. In 9 days, I still made 168.
Wow.
I made, actually 167. So I went in, and I didn't even know it was for a title. My coach didn't tell me that. He told me it's just a fight. Yes, my nerves are pumping, and it's been about a year and a half, 2 years since I fought. I split my eye, and they said it's a 6-rounder. 6 rounds? I've only ever fought 4. Now you're adding on 2 more, and it's for a title, and this guy is 5-1,
wow.
And I'm only 2-1? Huh? So it was a lot. But you know what? At the end of it, God had my back, and I knew it, and I felt fearless. I trained. I don't know. I just zoned in. I locked in, and I hunkered down. And we went in there fight night, and I demolished all 6 rounds. All 6 rounds, I won. In my head, I knew, you got it. And then they put a belt in that ring, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, it's for a belt. When I won that, and that was a belt, you don't understand. There's a picture somewhere. I'm holding that belt and I'm like literally crying over my coach's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I am that, just where I came, how far I came, how I got there. I literally come out of retirement, split my face open. Maybe this is God's way of pulling me out permanently. No. And then literally just a couple months ago, about a month and a half ago, I defended my title. Fought some dude.
Now, what was that process? What was that like?
That was me already locked in. Now I don't have 9 days. Now I have a month.
Mm-hmm.
About a month and a half to prepare for this fight.
Now, what would you say is the difference between like fighting for a title versus defending a title? What's the difference in that?
To me, that's just a piece of jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That's there. That's cool because that's something you work really hard for, a title. But at the end of the day, I've never fought for trophies or for this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I've fought to try my hardest and to win. I'm going to try as hard as I can to win. And I know at the end of the day, if bad as it is, if fight until there's no life left in me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's what I'm going to keep on doing.
Yeah.
Even if I get down, you're going to get back up. So that's what you got to do. You're going to get back up. You're going to keep on going, and that's what I really, really fight for. I fight to win every single fight. It's not about the money. It's not about no title, no trophies, no nothing like that. It's about portraying to my daughters and to my family and to other people. Don't be scared to do that. Look what I accomplished in 9 days. Look what I accomplished by taking that leap of faith, believing in myself. I believed in myself. I believed in God, and I showed others. On 9 days, I'm scared to death.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared to death. Why wouldn't you be scared to death? You're gonna fight a guy in his own hometown. You're gonna fight him for a title, and he's been active. He's been fighting, and now he's the champ.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna fight him. And I went in there and did what I did on 9 days' notice. I said, you know what? I'm daring to be great. I'm gonna win this title. You watch. And I did. And then I defended it. Now I'm gonna defend it again.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna keep on defending it. You know why? Because God also told me, as long as you stay true to yourself and you stay how you are now, and you keep on the right path, you'll never be beaten again.
Mm.
I won't be beaten again.
Amen.
I won't be beaten again.
Better know it.
And I'm going to stand on that faith.
Yeah.
If you look where it has so far by standing on faith, look where it's got me now.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows my daughters and them. It shows my daughters and everybody else out there. All you guys out there watching this, listen to this. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Bet on yourself. Believe in yourself. Even if you fall short, always believe in yourself and try your hardest. Don't dare to be great. Don't dare to be great. Fear stops everyone. And mostly everybody's dreams and accomplishments and the best things in our life aren't the easiest things. There's some type of fear or something you have to overcome in order to reach that greatness. And I'm literally... all this is still happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally riding this wave, dude.
Yeah.
This only happened like 4 months ago, bro.
Yeah.
I won the title, defended it. Now December 6th, I'm fighting in LaSalle Theater in Cleveland. And I'm going to defend it again.
Absolutely.
And then guess what? Then the 6th, I fight the 6th, I get another knockout. Mm-hmm. Then I'll be 5-1 with 4 knockouts. Mm-hmm. Which that sounds sweet, don't it?
Yeah, definitely.
5-1 with 4 knockouts and a title. Mm-hmm. That's sweet. So, but then December 13th is my birthday. Then I have my birthday. Then we go on into the new year with blessings, a title. Let's go.
Absolutely.
It's only up.
Amen. Now, recently you were in the gym with a special person. Talk a little bit about that and who it was.
Yeah. Oh, I spar with Dante Benjamin, and he's he's an Olympian. He was in the Olympics, and I'm pretty sure he's ranked in the world. I don't know his exact ranking. He's fought on ESPN. He's fought on Top Rank. He's a beast, man. He's a beast. So he's just really he's a giant confidence booster. You know, I did 7 rounds of him, and he knocks everybody out all the time. You know, and I take my licks and stuff from him, but at the end of the day, you stood in front of Goliath, and you're not knocked out. You did 7 rounds with this guy that literally he's fighting November like 21st, something like that, and he only a couple more fights, and he's going to be in a world title conversation. So it's like, dude, I am surrounded by some of the best talent that you can find in our area, and he's from Cleveland, Ohio. And then you have Tiger Johnson, and they're all a part of like this big old team together. So it's like they're world champions, and it's like I'm around people in my boxing group that literally have boxing world titles now. So it's like I can move on up there.
Next in line.
I'm working with these people, and I'm working with them, but I'm staying with them. I'm not getting mopped. I'm not getting knocked out. No, I am getting licked on, but I'm not getting not to where I'm not present. You know what I mean? I'm not in there. They're calling back saying, "Hey, you want to work again?" I must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Now you know what I do. Pray on God when I spar people like that. But
You pray a little bit harder.
yeah, because it's hard sparring. I mean, sometimes that's good, but I'm not the biggest fan of the hard sparring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got your hard sparring. You spar hard. But why you don't need a concussion? You don't need a concussion. When you get hit in a fight, there you go. Okay. But it's not, you shouldn't be, let's train the head to get hit like a cinder block hitting it.
Yeah.
Why?
Right.
That's not, you can still snap and not rip somebody's skull off. I mean, if you do drop somebody, body shot's understandable. Not a headshot. Why concuss people and take a chance of lowering their
Potential.
fight longevity because of how hard you're cranking them and training them? Now, mind you, there are people out there like that. Okay, but I'm not per se one of them people. I never have been. I'm not a big fan of sparring hard like that. And the older you get, you realize that you're not like that. It's not all like that. You can spar so many rounds, and that's good.
Yeah.
But non-stop hard sparring to where you're going to be hesitant to work something new because you can get knocked unconscious. You mess up one slip.
Now, have you ever been knocked out?
Just that.
The first pro
Just
fight?
that first pro fight.
Okay.
That's it. That's the only I've been really dazed, anything like that. I had 1-8 count whenever I was an amateur, but I slipped. I literally slipped, and I was so mad at it. That ref started counting on me. I started doing jumping jacks in front of him, and I almost got DQ'd for doing jumping jacks in front of the ref. But I've never been knocked out, nothing like that.
Now, is there a goal that you like are chasing right now as far as your boxing career?
See, my coach asked me that too. People ask me that. Well, where are you going? Where are you going? What are you going to do? You know what? I did that. My goal, my whole goal was become a professional athlete. Well, I became a pro. Then my next goal was, get some wins, get some money. I did that. Now this time around, I feel like this is like my big break, my thing. What I'm doing is, God will tell me when it's over. God will show the exit. You know what? I don't have a big old goal. I don't have a goal. People are like, well, you fight and then you get that big money fight. I work a job. I work a job to make the money. Not working a job. Not trying to build a patented career record to where I get like a $20,000, $50,000, $80,000 fight. That would be sweet, but you're going to get knocked out. That's not the goal.
Yeah.
That's not the goal. I'm going with the wave that God has me on right now. I'm going with it.
That's what's up, man.
I'm just going on the wave that God has. I truly am. It could be I could fight in December, and then what if that's it? What if I change careers and jobs or something like that? Right now I'm going with the flow. I'm going where it goes. I'm 35 now, so I mean, I'm late in the game per se. But then again, you have people like Bernard Hopkins was 50 years old whenever he beat some Russian for the world title.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I want to be doing it when I'm 50. Then I can feel that the end is maybe in the near, but not really anytime this soon. No, I still got some more fights left.
Yeah. Now, do you crap, what I want to say? Okay, yeah. How do you feel about people like Jake Paul?
Jake Paul, I didn't like Jake Paul first. I thought, dude, it's a joke. It's a joke. You're using your YouTube money to go and fight maybe some bombs, or you're just trying it out to maybe get some different direction in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now I like Jake Paul. I really do. And he's actually about to fight Anthony Joshua. And people are like, dude, yeah, okay. Do you understand? Jake went the distance with Nate Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand Nate Diaz really isn't the boxer like that, but Nate Diaz also has a cardio tank for days. So in order to go the full distance with a guy nonstop punching nonchalant at you, dude, you're training. You're legitly training. He's around Amanda Serrano. These are beasts. He's not a kid no more.
Now, do you think it's mostly the training, or is it mostly he paying people to make himself look good in the ring?
See, it's not even. You can't pay Nate Diaz.
Because I was gonna say, like, a lot of people were skeptical with the Mike Tyson thing.
If he's paying and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how all that worked, because I don't. Now that's a little different, because when old Mikey bit down on his glove and he was about to hook him, that's a little different. I think he Jake also pulled off the gas tank too, though.
Yeah.
Because he could have stopped Mike, but if
Yeah.
you stop Mike, now you're the number one hated person in the world.
Exactly.
He won, but really didn't really win.
Exactly.
But now it's in the past. Now look, now it's just fart and win now.
Yeah. So now you would say like a fight, what like Anthony Joshua is going to really kind of be a testament to his career as a boxer.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple tests. I mean, heck, Anderson Silva was a test with him.
Mm-hmm.
Anderson Silva is a heck of a striker.
Yeah.
And he beat him.
I didn't even know he fought Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Because like I haven't followed him, but like obviously like with the Gervonta Davis situation and then Mike Tyson, those were things that I look forward to. But like I didn't even know he fought Nate Diaz. This is my first time being aware that he fought these people.
Yeah, so he fought. Yeah, Nate Diaz. You're not gonna pay Nate Diaz off.
Mm-hmm.
Now maybe he did pay off Tyson. Maybe he. I mean, that's obviously for money and for show.
Yeah.
Well, you're obviously gonna be able to beat a 60-some-year-old dude. You know what I mean? But this Anthony Joshua just shows that the heart. And he loves it. He really does love it.
Yeah.
He likes it.
Mm-hmm.
But he also likes attention, which is why he's reaching out for the biggest stars. Anthony Joshua, he's slow, and like Jake said, he has no rhythm. He's robotic. Jake can move the distance. Jake can outlast him. Do you know why? Because he did it with Nate Diaz.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to take something like that into consideration. Knocked out Tyrone Woodley. Tyrone Woodley's mom is sitting in the front row. Do you think that guy's going to throw the fight in front of his mom? No.
Yeah.
He hits you around the ear. You're going to feel it or go to sleep, just like Woodley did. He hits hard. He's not a joke. And if Joshua takes him as a joke, I'm kind of rooting more for Jake in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see Jake win that fight so then he can silence some haters. Like, seriously, like, a guy that trains that hard and is doing that hard, opening up, trying to get medical for fighters and stuff, God bless him.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
God bless him. He's giving people chances that don't really have a chance for a spotlight.
And I think they from Ohio.
They are.
Yep, Jake.
They're from right up in Cleveland.
Yeah. Shout out to them for sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the kids nowadays? Like, there's a culture of like, we not about to fight you. We gonna shoot you and kill you. Like it seems like you got the rap music that influences that.
Yeah.
And obviously, like a lot of it stems from like more so the urban community. So I don't necessarily know your perspective on that, but how do you feel about the kids not wanting to fight? And like not even necessarily like the urban area, but like back in the old days, like we gonna fight. Like we not about to, the idea of a gun don't even exist to us back then. You see what I'm saying? But like closer to my generation, but more so after my generation, it's like kids, they getting switches and Glocks and ARPs and Dracos at 15 and 16 years old. What's your take on the youth not being willing to fight, but they'll kill you?
Well, there's actually worse than that in my area.
Mm-hmm.
There's a weapon would be a little less strenuous on a parent that finds out their kid committed suicide because of bullying online.
Wow.
That's a lot worse.
Yeah.
We have more than a handful of people, more than you can count on hands and toes, fingers and toes, that have probably committed suicide down there.
Oh my gosh.
That are like 14, 15, 13, 11, 9, 8, 10. So you got these kids that are literally bullied so much, the only way they think that they can get away from it is by killing themselves.
So the rural area, and like what you said, the Yorksville.
In our area, Yorksville and Denison area it's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of them. There was literally, I believe a 10 or 11-year-old boy that literally went home and shot himself because they were making fun of him just over the past 2 years ago, I think. He felt that's the only way out. Now, to go home and kill himself.
What is your perspective on kids resulting to that? Like, do you think that plays into the parenting, or just because how is a kid even thinking about that?
It doesn't play into the parents at all. The parents have no say, no power in it. Maybe they won't know about it. Maybe they'll say something about it. But whenever you're one kid and you're in a kid inside of a school, and one or a group of people can be online, spread rumors around you. Now you're online. They can crop pictures of stuff in with you, make it look weird, make you look like a creep, make you look like you're a freak or something like that. Now you're diminishing that kid's character. Maybe this kid just isn't all that in the head. Maybe to him, what people think of him is the world. Maybe that's crashing down. Regardless, it's bullying. It's all bullying. They're doing it to get a laugh. They're doing it to get this. Now, mind you, some are kids. To them, this is funny. To other kids, this is their life and this is all they have. Maybe their parents split up. Maybe some of the kids that that committed suicide are living a good home. They just can't take the bullying. Like, for instance, one of the ones down in Yorksville that committed suicide was the one that shot himself, the young kid that I was talking about. We even had a walk for him. A walk to remembrance walk, like a 2-mile walk, something like that. And it's like, they went online and said that he likes to have sex with his dogs. And they shared it to everybody, and the entire thing made a big post about it, and everyone's putting stickers of dogs on his locker and stuff. The only way that this will ever be forgotten is if he's just not present for it. And then boom, went home. One quick split instinct, not thinking, boom, done, it's over. When little do you know, 10 years from now, who cares?
Right.
No one cares. But in their heads, they're small, they're young, they don't understand it yet. Your brain don't stop growing to what, 24, 25?
Yeah.
So it's like until your brain is fully developed, to you, that's the end of the world. Especially if you're under 15. If you're under 15 and you got the whole community going against you and looking against you like you're a freak and you're weird, that's going to eat at you.
Yeah.
What if you have no friends from it? What if you're just in a very dark place sometime and you just happen to see a gun and you know what, this is it. And it only takes that split second. Like one of my best friends, he shot himself. He climbed up in the tree and he blew his head off.
Oh my God.
Because he literally owed somebody for like a ball of cocaine. That's about $200. So for him, $200 was the end of the world. He drank a 30-pack, climbed on up in his birdhouse or tree stand, and left a note for his mom and blew his head off.
How old was he?
Albie Reniker. He was 16 or 17 years old.
Oh my gosh.
In my school. He was one of my good friends in high school. And he did that. And it's, it's just suicide and mental awareness is a real thing. You don't know what somebody's going through.
Man.
You don't know what somebody's going through, what their home life is like, what their depression is like, what they're thinking. That's why just be the best person you can be and don't downgrade anybody because you don't know. You smile and say, hey, you have a blessed day. You could have made their day. You could make their whole week. Hey, you're awesome. God loves you. Just by saying something like that, simple. Hold the door for somebody. Oh, wow, maybe someone does care for me in the world. you don't think much of it, but to them, that's the world. If you don't have something nice to say, like your mom always said, don't say nothing at all.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You don't have to egg into this stuff. This community now, I really wish they did fight. Wish they did fight. Then there would be consequences for their words and their actions. You know, back in the day, you mouthed off somebody, got punched in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Now, oh yeah, and they're messaging. It's all online.
Yeah.
And there's a ripple effect. 'Cause once it's online, it's out there. It's
Digital
all coding.
footprint. Yep.
Yeah, so you're never gonna get rid of it. So it's just like it's crazy. A quick little story. This one of the suicides down there was actually one of my was Frankie, the dude that got me into boxing. Okay, I believe it was his cousin. He just got this place. He was renting it out. It was sweet. It was like it was a house. It was a house, and up above was like a little pull in down below. His nephew, getting picked on. He was actually popular too. So I don't know if it was depression or whatnot. It was around October, so in Halloween time, and he was 15 years old. He hung himself off the balcony.
Oh my God.
So you got this like carport looking thing, but it's see-through, you can see it, and it's just a big old yard and a road all around, and it's one of the main roads down there in Yorksville. And Denison, my bad. And he sat out there for like half an hour, a couple hours. People thought it was a Halloween decoration.
Yeah. What? That's like something out of a movie, man.
And here's a 15-year-old kid that hung himself. And they didn't find him until they got home.
Oh
Work.
my gosh.
Yeah. Cars just driving by. Look at that. That looks real. It was. It's a 15-year-old kid. And it's like that's why, man, you gotta walk in faith.
Yeah.
Just be the best you can. Be the best person you can be.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, only worry about yourself then. If you're not gonna pass along blessing and praises, and just goodness. Just be the good in the world. You don't have to. You don't want to be one of those people. Now, what's going to be worse? You did that. What if you were a part of that? You were a part of that crew that made that kid feel that's the only escape he has in life. What dividend does that play with you in your life then?
Right.
And then what dividend does that play? That person that did that as a joke, now what do you think they're getting pushed to?
Exactly.
Now you should go kill yourself. You should go kill. And what if that person does it? Does that wrong make a right by making them do that?
Right.
No.
And I'm glad that this is something that we're talking about because suicide is very prevalent in this younger generation for many different reasons. Mental health, I say, is the main thing that it all stems from because all the devil has to do is put a thought into your head, spark an idea in your mind, and he can and he has you. So
yes.
While we're on the topic, specifically where you're from, and this can be to people all over, because people all over the world is gonna watch this.
Yeah.
What would you say to the kids that are struggling with suicidal thoughts and depression and just going through a tough time in their life? What would you say to them?
Okay, for me, if it's that bad to where you feel, the only way out, the only friend I have is darkness, I'm gonna end it. Maybe get a dog, get a pet, get something you can just talk to that's there. But you can always go to God. You can always open up a Bible. It's as simple as this. Dear Heavenly Father. That's it. And you always have a friend. And listen, this friend isn't gonna downgrade you, cast you down upon people. If anything, he's just listening. He's just listening and sending his blessings. And even if that doesn't work, you can get a hobby. You can do anything. Exercise. Exercise is one of the best things. It creates dopamine in your head after 30 minutes. It only takes 30 minutes of working out to release dopamine in your head. Dopamine is the happy feeling in your head. Most people that do drugs, it's all for the dopamine. You can get the best drug dealer is in a gym. It's in a gym. It's free.
Yeah.
It's a weight bench with some weights.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? It can't put you in prison. It doesn't, it's not eating you away. It's bettering your health, it's bettering your life. Work out. Just a half an hour. You can work out a half an hour. Anybody can work out a half an hour, even if you're not in shape. It's a half an hour. And then you have that free, happy feeling, that energy level. And it's just, you feel better. And if that doesn't work, write it down. You wouldn't believe how effective and relieving it is. Just how you feeling, write it in a journal. Just write it down. Write it down. And now it's not just in your head, but it's out there and it's on paper. It's not just trapped in your head, it's shared, even if it's a piece of paper. You got it out. You got it out. Speak on it. Get it out there. Don't just hold it in. It's all these crazy thoughts held in your head. Before long, you're just groggy. It's too much. It's an overload. Speak on it. Look yourself in the mirror. When you're brushing your teeth every day, you're looking in the mirror. I hope you're looking in the mirror. You're getting it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
When you're brushing your teeth, look in your mirror. You are enough. You are enough. Every day you wake up, you're worth $1 million. Seen a guy on a Instagram clip. Would you accept $1 million? Would you accept $1 million? Yes. So if you take the $1 million, would you take $1 million if you could get $1 million today, but you die tomorrow?
No.
You wouldn't do that. So then every day you wake up, your life should be worth $1 million, right?
Right.
Because you didn't take that $1 million. Throw that into your life.
Yeah.
You're about to kill yourself. What if, okay, I'll give you $1 million and you can kill yourself tomorrow. But you have $1 million.
Right.
Why would you want to then, right? Don't you think you're going to be happy? Don't you think that? Well, then I'm not going to. Well, if you want to do it and accept the money, well, then why do it at all?
Exactly.
You can write this down. You can talk to somebody. Believe it or not, a pet. You get a pet, it's still something there by your side. Anything.
Yeah.
And you always have God. But there are a lot of people that don't believe in God or anything religious. You have a notepad. You have a notepad. You have your parents. Most people, even if you don't have your parent, that's the ones that mainly I'm trying to convey to that God is always there. God is your father.
What do you have to say to people that don't believe in God?
People that don't believe in God, you have to believe in something. I mean, at least believe in yourself. Even if you don't believe in God and you just think that everything is a coincidence, this and that, I don't cast judgment upon anybody. Only God can judge. I am far from God. I am far from perfect. But I can tell you right now, if you don't believe in God, at least believe in something. At least believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in something. It doesn't even matter if you believe in a tree. It's something above you. It's something above you.
Mm-hmm.
There's always somebody above you. You're not the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
You're not the king.
And I'm glad that we talked about the suicide subject because it all ties into mental health, and mental health is the main reason why I even started doing interviews, because like you say, I understand that it could be one word, one conversation that could talk somebody off a ledge, even though physically they're not on the ledge, but mentally, spiritually, just in terms of life, they feel like they don't have nothing to live for. So I feel like stories like yours, this video could be watched by 1,000 people. That's potentially 1,000 people that's gonna change the way that they talk to their girl, the way that they talk to their friends, the way that they just think about themselves. You see what I'm saying? So I appreciate you touching on that and sharing the lives that were even lost. Rest in peace to the people that you lost, the people that I don't know that have been lost to suicide, because it's very prevalent, and I don't think enough people bring awareness to it. But the people that do, it's very worth the discussion, and it needs to be talked about more, because the children are the future. And they're the most innocent things that God graces upon the earth, graces to humanity.
Oh, yeah.
So for them to feel like suicide is the only way, man, it's ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. So big shout out to you, Ben, for talking about that. And last thing before we get out of here, Are there any shout outs that you have?
Yeah, I want to shout out to my mom, Lisa Meese.
Yeah, for sure.
My daughters, Kendall and Kyler, and Alicia, Coach Marquise and Johnny Ford and Dre Donovan, Olden Freeman, all my James Swaim, all my 922 homies, Nate Gray, Trevor, Frankie, Scott, all my people from day one. Even shout out to Bobby Meese, Lee Kreischer. Shout out to all these people that have helped me out, train from Zanesville. I got all these people, and go give me. If you don't follow me on machine_Meese on Instagram. Give me a follow, or hit me up if you like what I was saying and maybe want to talk. I am somebody that you can reach out and talk to. I like talking to people.
Yeah.
If I can be the better and the difference in the world, then I love it. I'm fighting December 6th. Come check me out. Hit me up on Instagram. And December 6th, LaSalle Theater in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm going to retain my title.
Absolutely.
I'm going to keep on riding this wave. God's wave. It's God's wave. I'm just on his journey and just passing on his words. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yep.
It's been a blessing. It really has.
For sure, man. Thank you. And we definitely going to see you again, man. I appreciate you, man, and good luck on your fight.
Thank you so much, man.